So when it comes to Garry's mod, in my opinion, the more immersive, the better. And we've seen a lot of immersive mods. Oh, and where's my head? That indeed is a question I've been asking myself for many years, but we're not gonna get into that today. No, we're gonna get into this. A mod that gives you a more immersive view of the world. This is the one and only Swag First Person, and I know that's kind of a goofy name, but of course before we go on, a big thank you to Ambient on my Discord for suggesting this mod. Now, we did take a look at a mod that was just like this. It was like an immersive game mode, and I cannot for the life of me find the video on that mod. I am so sorry about that, guys. I don't know where it went, but it was just like this. Pretty much, it put a camera on your character's head, on the model of their head. And it makes it to where it doesn't matter what you have or what player model you're using, it's going to be as if you slapped a camera right on top of your player model. And it's pretty cool, you know, it is realistic. It's the most realistic way to play. Now, I would even dare to say this looks even better than that other mod, which is why I'm doing a video on it. We have everything from view bob, you can see right here we can lean, we got some tilts to it. The weapons that you do have will change, of course, depending on how the weapons look in a world view model. Now, there is a big caveat there, because the flashlight works, but it works in the way that others would see you in your flashlight. Alright, let me explain. So, in third person, we all know what that looks like. So, we can't actually go into third person, because if I do, it just, goes back to this. But we all know what it looks like. The flashlight can kind of be wonky. A better example is, well, the crowbar. Our flashlight is there, but it's aiming up because of the way that the flashlight is handled in Garry's mod for some weird buggy reason. However, there are mods, of course, to fix this, but this is going to be exactly as you'd expect from an onlooker looking at you in game. It feels like you're playing as your character. You get a full view of your entire player model without having to have Gmod legs or anything like that. And it looks pretty good. Now, I had to change from my charcoal model because it did not look good with these weapons. Shooting is pretty cool. Now, the energy ball kind of comes out of my face or my mouth. I don't know why that is. But regardless, reloading looks pretty good. Now, with other weapon bases, you'll get varying degrees of success. Here we have the Modern Warfare base. And, looks pretty good, you know? Nothing wrong. And we have the Uzi. Oh. Yeah, it does not look nearly as good. I guess we're shooting through our, hand. But pretty much all the Half-Life weapons look pretty good. The shotgun's kind of weird, because he does keep it really close to his body. But that's kind of realistic, I guess, when you're shooting. Although I'd imagine you'd want to aim down. Crossbow, also, holding it in the exact same way. Now, there is some weird shadow defects. Oh, whoa. I pressed right click and it slowed my mouse down. There are some bugs. I've noticed that the shadows can sometimes flip out of nowhere and it looks really strange. But there is one map that came to mind when I thought, you know, we should do a video on this. And it's this map. It is a raid map, and this is a good way to show off some cool and semi-immersive gameplay. So why don't we go ahead and take a look? Oh, and of course I should probably mention this. There is a pretty cool settings menu right here in options. We can, of course, choose to disable it. I love that. That right there instantly makes it better than that game mode version, because I can't remember if we could disable that one in game or not, but I assume you can't because, of course, it's a game mode. This one is toggleable, so you can turn it on or off. You can also turn the camera shake on or off, so if that's a bit too much for you, you can, of course, change that. You can then change the head tilt factor. This is going to change the way that your head's tilted. As you can probably tell now, we're not kind of like moving our head over, but of course if we were to go ahead and adjust that, whoa. Now I get it, this kind of makes for a bit more cinematic, if you will, gameplay. And then of course we have other things like the field of view, which I will increase that for my own sake. Well, that might be a bit too much. We're gonna pull it back a bit. But yeah, not too much going on there, so let's go ahead and see what this looks like once it's all set in play. Alright, so of course these guys are our enemy. We can of course change to many different weapons. That's definitely an energy ball. Let me get out of the way so I don't kill myself. Uh-oh, I didn't see this dude. That was a chick, by the way. I guess I don't know my genders. Let's go ahead and die. You know what I think our problem was? we weren't tactical enough. What if I could aim without having to expose myself so much? Well, that is exactly what I'm doing right now. This is free look. And just like in Sharp Eye, a mod that is kind of like this, you can, oh god, you can move your weapon around without having to move your crosshair. And this is really cool. Oh my god, I am so sorry guys for the jankiness. This is definitely a time where you'd want a mod where you can just walk through corpses without collision. That would save you some headaches. But we're going to press on. Oh, I almost feel bad. Oh, the jumping's pretty cool. Yeah, like the way the camera kind of bounces around, that's pretty cool. Now the head tilt, I will admit, is a little much, so we're gonna kind of like bring it back a bit. There we go. Alright, so I'm obviously not the best at using this mod, but I think you guys can get the gist of it. Let's just go ahead and try this one more time. Again, I'm gonna stay hidden. And I can kind of shoot. Now, of course, the big problem is, well, you don't have a crosshair. You can shoot and look around, but what good is it if you don't know what you're shooting at? So having some kind of laser sight would be amazing. Oh, and by the way, if you guys want to do this yourself, simply type bind, put the key you want to bind it to, put plus, and then free look. There you go. Now when you press that key and hold it down, you can move your gun around without moving your actual cursor. Pretty cool stuff. And I gotta say, it looks pretty cool. I would say this is definitely an improvement compared to that game mode, which I don't believe had this functionality. Now again, being accurate with it is a whole different ballgame, but I think we're doing pretty solid. But what do you guys think down below? I think this is a really cool mod, and I love immersive mods like this. Of course, Sharp Eye was one of my favorite mods back in the day, and still is. Oh god, I miss it. As always, links will be in the description. Use code NecrosVideos to save 20% off your next G Fuel order. Leave a like, subscribe. As always, check out NecrosVideos, my new Pokemon TCG Pocket channel down below. I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching, and farewell.